In the interest of everyone's time, I think we're going to do a hand vote until the technology. We're going old school, guys. Lifting hands. So we're going to go ahead and get started while they see if they can get the actual voting system up. It is 10:03. This is the Wednesday, November 9th meeting of the Variance and License Board. My name is Penny Masheri. I'm the chair of this committee. I'm actually the deputy city administrator here for the city. To my left is Mr. Bo Jones. He is our Assistant Director of Public Works, and also Ms. Mary Moore, who is our Director of the Smyrna Library. Our first item of business today is item 2A, 2022-517. It's a public hearing, variance request V22-064, increase the maximum impervious surface area from 35% to 39.78%, lot 556, 3341 Pretty Branch Drive. The applicant is Luke Burbank. This item has been requested to be tabled until the December 14th meeting. Can I get a motion to table?
Motion to table item variance request V22-Z64.
Second.
This item has been properly moved and seconded. If you would vote in the affirmative by raising your hand. Item 2A has been tabled until the December 14th, 2022 by a vote of 3-0. Our next item is item 2B, 2022-543. It's a public hearing and variance request, V22-069. Thank you, Heather. Ooh, maybe offhands. To allow an increase in the maximum impervious coverage from 35% to 45%. That's lot 446, a total of 0.09 acres. 2306 Kissing Tree Lane. The applicant is Alicia Incolade. This item is also going to be moved into our December 14th, 2022 meeting, and they've requested that it be tabled. Can I get a motion to table?
Motion to table variance request V22-069.
Second.
This item has been properly moved and seconded. If you would, please vote. Great. This item has been approved by a vote of 3-2, and item 2B will be tabled until December 14th, 2022. Our third item on the agenda today, item 2C, 2022-519, is the approval of the 2023 License and Variance Board meeting dates, which were attached to the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve those dates?
Make a motion to approve the approval of the 2023 License and Variance Board meeting dates as attached.
Second.
Thank you. This item has been properly moved and seconded. If you would, please vote. Item 2C has been approved by a vote of 3-0. All right, moving on to item 2D. This is a privileged license agent change request, license 2022-11. This is is it 11 or 12? I may have a typo here. Oh, it's 12. My apologies. 2022-12. This is a beer, wine, and liquor retail package. 3181 South Cobb Drive, LLC does business as South Cobb Package with Kawaljit Singh as the agent. Is the applicant here? Wonderful, good. If you could please come to the podium and state your name for the record.
I'm Albert. Good morning, Madam Chair.
Good morning.
Thank you for hearing us. I'm Albert Bolett. I'm the attorney for the company.
Wonderful.
And I have Mr. Singh with me and Mr. Singh's son.
Wonderful. So this is just changing the agent of record for the alcohol license. Who is going to be the agent?
Mr. Singh.
Mr. Singh. Okay, great. And Mr. Singh, are you in your store regularly? Yeah. Yeah? Have you served as an agent before?
Yes.
You have? Okay, great.
He had experience. He worked in gas stations.
Okay. How do you guys verify age at your location?
21.
We have calendars, plus we have POS systems. So
Okay.
we can, when we scan the ID, it tells us.
Wonderful.
We do require ID from everyone.
I do have the certificate that you did pass all the required training. So I just want to make sure you understand the expectations as a business owner who's selling beer, wine, and liquor in the city. At any time, our police department can pop in. They will verify that you're following the procedures. And I just want to make sure you know that there will be repercussions if we're not following those.
They're very much aware of that. Madam Chair, I was a solicitor for 10 years in Doraville, Johns Creek, Sandy Springs, and Brookhaven, and Dunwoody, and so I've explained the process. And
Wonderful.
We have a company policy, you can't purchase unless you show ID, no matter what your age is.
That is wonderful. Members of the board, do you guys have any questions for the applicant? Okay. Without any further questions, I will entertain a motion. Oh, it is not a public hearing. Mm-mm.
Make a motion to approve LIC 2022-12, privilege license agent change agent request, LIC 2022-12, beer, wine, and liquor, 3181 South Cobb Drive, Southeast, doing business as South Cobb Package, Kawaljit Singh as agent.
Second.
If you would please vote. Thank you. Item 2D has been approved by a vote of 3-0. Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you for doing business in the city.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
May we be excused, Madam?
Yes, you may absolutely be excused. Okay.
Oh,
Item,
I just wanted to
Yes,
tell
sir.
you, I want to thank Ms. Moon for all her help. Please pass that along.
we
from
will
my-
for sure.
From my staff. Is she here?
She actually was, but I think she's actually now left. She was
She
here
was very-
just a second ago.
I do liquor licensing all along the East Coast, and she's very helpful. Thank you.
Wonderful. We'd love to hear that about our team, so we'll make sure she hears that. You have a wonderful day. Okay. Item 2E, 2022-536. This is a public hearing and variance request for V22-066. Allow a second kitchen in existing dwelling unit, land lot 546, 0.34 acres at 4837 Edinburgh Drive. Applicant is Craig Lattimore. Mr. Stobbs, would you please provide us the background?
Good morning, Joey Stobbs, Planner 2 with Community Development. This is variance case V22-066 at 4837 Edinburgh Drive to allow a second kitchen in an existing dwelling unit. The subject property has a two-story home with a partially finished basement currently. The applicant is requesting the allowance of a kitchen within the basement to be used for family and friends. It is not to be rented or occupied for gain. The finished basement will appear as part of the main structure. It will not be divided by any firewall from the main living area. Thus, the addition could not easily be converted to a separate rental unit by future owners. The board has approved similar variances to this, and Community Development recommends approval with 3 conditions: that the addition is to be utilized by family members only, the applicant shall not rent or sublet any space in their home, and 3, the conditions shall run in perpetuity with the property and as such are also applicable to any future owner.
Thank you. Does anyone on the board have any questions for Mr. Stobbs? Okay. Is the applicant here? Great. If you would please come forward to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
My name is Craig Lattimore, and my address is 4837 Edinburgh Drive in Smyrna, Georgia, 30082. My wife.
My name is Kimberly Lattimore, 4837 Edinburgh Drive, Smyrna, Georgia, 30082.
Thank you guys both for being here. Mr. Stobbs has kind of provided us a rough summary of what you guys are planning to do and what the variance is for. Do you guys have any additional information you'd like the board to consider?
I think he did a great summary. The only thing was, I didn't even know all of this was going to happen. To add a stove, had I probably known, I probably would have changed some stuff. But yeah, it's just because it's easier for us when we're doing barbecues. I have a grill down on the basement level, so you go out that door, you bring the food in, you warm it up, you keep it on that stove, you don't mess up both levels in the house. That's simply what it is. No, and we'll never have renters in our house, so no.
Members of the board, do you guys have any questions for the applicant? My only final question would be, Mr. Stobbs read off 3 stipulations or conditions for the variance, and you guys sound aware and comfortable with those conditions?
Yes.
Okay. This item is a public hearing. If there's anyone here who'd like to speak in favor or against, if you'd like to come to the podium and state your name for the record. Let the record reflect that there is no one here to speak on this public hearing. With that, I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve variance request V 22066, allow second kitchen and existing dwelling, land lot 546.34 acres, located at 4837 Edinburgh Drive. Craig Lattimore.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded. If you would please vote. Great. Item 2E has been approved by a vote of 3-0. You guys are good to go. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I appreciate
thank
it.
you.
All right, have a great day.
You too. Next item is item 2F, 2022-540. This is a public hearing and variance request V22-067 to allow lot size reduction from 13,261 square feet to 12,709 square feet, lot 554, 0.31 acres at 1386 Spruce Drive. Applicant is Norman Barnett. Mr. Stobbs, will you please provide us the background?
This is variance case V22-067 at 1386 Spruce Drive to reduce the lot size from 13,261 square feet to 12,709 square feet. Trying to make this not too complicated. In June of 2020, the neighboring property at 3647 Ashwood Drive was approved for a variance to reduce the side setback from 10 feet to 2 feet. However, after that carport was constructed, it ended up being over the property line. So rather than having the structure torn down, this property owner is going to dedicate 500 and, roughly 500 square feet of their property to the adjacent property, so that structure will meet the setbacks that were designated in the previous variance case. We have not heard any opposition to the request. We have recommended approval with one condition, that the plat shall be submitted for review and approval, and then subsequently recorded with the Cobb County Superior Court within 90 days of the property transfer.
Thank you, Mr. Stobbs. Board members, do you guys have any questions for staff?
So the property transfer doesn't affect the requirement, the lot size requirements for the house zoning?
For Ashwood Drive? I mean, that lot size will be increasing.
I'm sorry, the one that will be decreased.
The subject property at Spruce Drive is already non-conforming, being 13,200 square feet. It will be reduced to 12,709 square feet. So that's what the variance is to reduce, to approve the reduction of that lot size.
Questions? Is the applicant here? Wonderful. If you would, come forward to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Norman Barnett. I'm a resident at 1386 Spruce Drive, Southeast Smyrna, Georgia, 30080.
Thank you for being here. Mr. Stobbs has provided us a summary of what happened. Sounds like that was not exactly what was planned. Is there anything you'd like to add for the board?
No, not really. I mean, I think he summarized it correctly when we purchased the house.
No. That's good. Do you guys have any questions for the applicant? There was a standard condition about the transfer of the deed that Mr. Stobbs read. You're familiar with that and you're comfortable with that condition? Okay. This item is a public hearing, so I'd ask if there's anyone here who'd like to speak in favor or against to come to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Let the record reflect that there's no one here to speak on this public hearing today. With that said, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve variance request V22-067, allow lot size reduction from 13,261 square feet to 12,709 square feet, land lot 554.31 acres, 1386 Spruce Drive, Norman Barnett, applicant.
Second.
This item has been properly moved and seconded. If you would, please vote. Great. This item 2F has been approved by a vote of 3-0. You are good to go today. Thank you for joining us. And it's nice to hear neighbors getting along with each other and coming to a resolution. Well, that's great. I hope you have a Will you clarify that for him?
Within 90 days.
Within 90 days. Thank you so much. Perfect, thank you. Okay, item 2G. This is a public hearing and variance request, V22068. Allow front setback reduction from 35 feet to 26 feet for an attached garage, lot 450, on 0.42 acres, 2904 La Vista Place. Applicant is Brian Vargo. I will, for anyone who's read the online version of this, there was a typo that listed it as 20 feet, so I'm correct. What? Is that the wrong one? Oh, I went to G. I forgot F. Oh, it is G. Yeah. H. Which one are we on? I'm sorry. I was Oh, this one is a 20 foot too. I wrote it on the wrong. My apologies. The next one has a 20 as well, and I'm just corrected on the wrong one. Okay, so this one is 20 feet for the garage, 2904 La Vista Place. Do you guys want me to read that back just so it's correct for the record? Again, my apologies, everyone. Okay, this is item 2G, which I did have correct. It's a public hearing variance request, V22068, allow front setback reduction from 35 feet to 20 feet for an attached garage, lot 450, 0.42 acres, 2904 La Vista Place. Applicant is Brian Vargo. Again, my apologies, Mr. Stobbs, would you provide the background?
This is variance case V22-068, 2904 La Vista Place, to reduce the front setback from 35 feet to 20 feet. Subject property is at the intersection of La Vista Place and Stevens Street, so it has front setbacks on both road frontages. The orientation of the house, it's at an angle, and the driveway is on the southern portion of the lot. They have an existing carport in that foot by 28 attached garage. So due to the location of the house and the orientation and all that of where the driveway is, there's really no other place to put the garage. Community Development recommends approval of the requested variance condition upon the development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the variance application.
Yeah, I have a question. Mr. Stobbs, the port, right? And so the difference, right? The footprint isn't really changing dramatically. It's the fact that it's an enclosed garage. Is that what triggers the variance?
Yeah, I mean, it's replacing something that's non-conforming, so it needs to be to have a variance approved. And I would add, the location of the garage is below grade on Stevens Street, and it has vegetation along the property lines, so it'll be properly screened.
Okay. Any further questions? Is the applicant here? Please, if you would come forward and join us at the podium and state your name and address for the record. Wonderful. Thank you for being with us this morning. Mr. Stobbs has provided a summary of what's occurring on your property and why there's a variance. Do you have anything to add for the board? Okay. Do you guys have any questions for the applicant? There was one standard condition that Mr. Stobbs gave. Are you familiar with the condition and you're comfortable moving forward with that? Wonderful. This is a public hearing. If there's anyone here who'd like to speak in favor or against, if you would please make your way to the podium. Seeing that there's no one here to speak on the public hearing, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve variance request 22-068 to 20 feet for attached garage, lot 450, located at 2904 La Vista Place, Bryan, Vargo.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. If you would please vote. This item 2G has been approved by a vote of 3-0. Thank you very much for joining us today, and have a wonderful. 2 compliments today. I'm going to record this meeting and play it all day long. Thank you very much. We appreciate hearing good things about our team. Our final item on the agenda today, as far as variance request, is item 2H, 2022-541. This is a public hearing and variance request, V22-070. Allow reduction of front setback from 35 feet to 26 feet. Lot 449023 acres, 2805 Sanford Road. Applicant is Jason Wallace. This is the item that had a typo between the published agenda and the item, which was 20 feet. So to correct that, just know that we are discussing 35 feet to 26 feet today. Mr. Stobbs, if you would please provide the background.
Variance case V22-070 at 2805 Sanford Road to reduce the front setback from 35 feet to 26 feet. This property is zoned R15, which has a 35-foot front setback. However, the home was built in the 50s prior to the adoption of our zoning, and it is about 30 feet from the front property line. The applicant is requesting to build a covered porch that would be 4 feet in depth. So they would need a setback reduction from that 30 feet to another 4 feet, which would be 26 feet. Community Development recommends approval of the request with one condition, that it's conditioned upon the development of the property in substantial compliance with the site plan submitted with the variance application.
The background for why you need a variance request. Is there anything you'd like to add? Wonderful. Do you guys have any questions for the applicant? There was one standard condition that Mr. Stobbs read out. It's the standard stipulation we have for variances as they move forward. You're familiar with that condition and you're comfortable with it? Wonderful. This item is a public hearing. If there's anyone here who'd like to speak in favor or against, if you'd like to make your way to the podium. Let the record reflect there's no one here to speak on the public hearing. With that, I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve 70, allow reduction of front setback from 35 feet to 26 feet for the construction of a covered front porch, land lot 449, 0.23 acres, 2805 Sanford Road, Jason Wallace, applicant.
Second motion.
This item has been properly moved and seconded. If you would please vote. This item has been approved by 3-0. Thank you very much, and thank you for being here today. Item on the agenda is our approval of minutes. Item 3A, MIN 2022-80, approval of the October 26, 2022 License and Variance Board meeting minutes. May I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
If you would please vote. Item 3A has been approved by a vote of 3-0. Unless there's any additional business to be brought before this body, let's consider the. Thank you.